Namaste, good day. Welcome to Ahimsa Life. I'm Regina. Today is my first vlog, and what we're talking about is I have MS. Now what? You might be in the process of being diagnosed, or perhaps have just been diagnosed and you are scared. You're freaking out. You don't know where to turn, what to do next. So I'm here to tell you that there is hope. And I have been living well with MS for over 16 years. And what I first want you to do is stop whatever you're doing, close your eyes, and breathe. So when we are in a stressful situation, we automatically go into fight or flight mode. And what I also know from my experience over the last almost 30 years being affected with MS is that MS seems to affect those of us with the type A personality, and you need to do something. So something you can do is stop, close your eyes, and breathe. So just close and take a breath in and out through the nostrils. Just taking a moment to see how that feels. Feel it up in your upper chest. Feel it in the rib cage. See if you can feel it down into your belly. And when you're ready to exhale, make sure it's slow and smooth. So hopefully you've taken a few nice, deep, lateral breaths in the diaphragm and you're thinking, what the hell is this woman talking about? I have many other videos to talk about breath. But we just want to take a moment to just relax. And breath is the most important thing to relax. There's actual physical things that occur to help you relax when you breathe slowly and deeply. So great physical things, as well as it brings stillness to your mind, and it gives you something to do when you're feeling panicked. So if you're ready, you can open your eyes. And the next thing I want you to do is, rather than taking on the idea that I need to fight this disease, I need to be in control, try to remember that just like with a child that's crying, if you come at it with a negative energy, if you come at it with anger, it's just going to make the situation worse. So treat yourself like you would treat a crying baby. So that's with love and kindness, and taking a moment to just appreciate that you are still the same person as you were, maybe a day ago or a month ago, before you started really developing crazy MS symptoms, or before you got your diagnosis. I realize some of you might still just be in the process of being diagnosed. So try to treat yourself with love and kindness. And at the end of this session, I'm going to do a love and kindness meditation with you. It really was one of the main things that helped me when I first developed MS. A good friend of mine taught it to me, and it wasn't easy, but it really brought a sense of ease to me eventually. So, practical things. Number one, be informed. Factual information. So, yes, I'm sure you've already been on the internet and been Googling MS, and perhaps that's how you found me. Make sure those resources that you're using, though, are fact-based. So, important resources are the MS societies in the different countries around the world, the International Federation of MS Societies. You want to make sure you're getting scientific facts. And yes, some of the things I do talk about aren't necessarily scientifically proven, but when you're first diagnosed, make sure you know the facts. Your doctor might have given you some pamphlets, probably on pharmaceuticals, because that's always their go-to. Sorry, you have MS. Yes, it's chronic, progressive, possibly disabling. Let's throw you on some drugs. And I'm not going against the drugs. I myself was on MS medication, disease-modifying medication, for many years. So, yes, pharmaceuticals are important, but that's not the only fact. So you need to become the best expert, and that way you can develop a good relationship with your personal body, your MS, and the people that are around you. So I'm sure other people have been giving you lots of advice. Again, make sure they're fact-based. 3, develop your resource center. So first of all, your healthcare team. Your family doctor probably doesn't have a lot of knowledge on MS. In a practice, they might only have a couple patients with MS, so it's not something they're in contact with on a regular basis. Your neuro will be your MS specialist. But again, he's coming at it from the medical perspective, the Western medical perspective, and you want to get some other professionals in there. So in your local municipality, perhaps there's an MS clinic where they're going to have specialists, physiotherapists that can deal with the physical issues, occupational therapists that can help you deal with MS in the workplace, as well as assistive devices, social workers for you and your family. Remember, your family is just as affected as you are. No, they are not experiencing those physical symptoms, but my first foray into the MS world was actually as a family member, and I know the impact it had on me. Probably worse than when I was myself diagnosed with MS. So don't barricade yourself from your family. They're part of your MS team. So back to MS clinics with professionals. Some places have, if you're in a really bad exacerbation and you're being physically affected, then look into neuro programs. So a lot of these are developed more for people who've had strokes, but oftentimes people with MS can access those programs, and it's good for the neurological therapy. And then connect with others who have MS. And back when I was first diagnosed, there really wasn't a lot of things other than support groups, and that meant having to go out and meet people, and you probably don't have the energy for that right now. So go online, and there are some great resources, but really do your homework. Watch that they are encouraging positive interactions. Yeah, we might be having a bad day and you need to vent, but at the same time, make sure that the responses are from a positive feedback, because again, it's back to the crying baby. If you're acting in a negative manner, that baby's just going to keep crying. If somebody's yelling at the baby, that baby's going to keep on crying. And if they're just yelling back at you when you're upset, then again, you're just going to be more upset, and the negative energy is going to affect you. So breathe, become informed, develop your resources. Then the hard one, make yourself a priority. So we can't take care of others unless we first and foremost take care of ourselves. So that's learning balance. And again, with us type A's, that isn't our strong suit. So balance, rest, and activity. So I'm not encouraging you to spend all your time in bed or on the couch. Yes, you are having an exacerbation. Yes, you have limited energy. But if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. So balance times of physical activity, mental activity with times of rest. Eat properly. Take vitamins. So I'm not talking about some crazy snake venom treatments. I'm talking about vitamin D, proven to help those of us with MS. It seems that those of us who have MS have a deficiency in vitamin D. Look at your omega fatty acids. They're important for our brain function. There has been some studies done on biotin, which is a form of vitamin B. So we want to keep our physical bodies as healthy as possible and move them. So I do have some series of videos, and I'm going to be adding videos to show you how you can move even if you're in an exacerbation, even if you're having balance issues, can't stand. There is great things you can do still, even if it's using your mind. And there's a lot of great information out there too on, actually it was started with athletes who were injured and couldn't actually do physical exercise, but needed to maintain their muscle tone and their abilities in order to compete. And so what they found is that you can actually do physical exercises mentally to keep that muscle tone. Number 5, share your experiences, fears, feelings. And if they're too kind of difficult to talk to people about, journal. I journaled extensively for my first few years after diagnosis. And not too long ago, I read some of my journal entries, and they were scary. I had a lot of shit going on in my mind and in my heart. But writing it down let me deal with it, helped me to deal with it. So journal, journal, journal. 6, make informed decisions. And they're based on the principle of Ahimsa. And Ahimsa is a yogic principle where we are meant to do no harm. And you might think, well, what does that mean? It means listen to your gut, listen to your heart, and listen to your inner guide. They will always lead you in the right direction. So when we're first diagnosed, it's like suddenly, we're not in feeling a great place. And all these decisions have to be made. Your doctor's on you about, do you need to get on those pharmaceuticals? Oh my God, I can't work because I'm in an exacerbation, and what do I do about that? So slow down. Nothing needs to be done today. And take the time to make sure that the decisions you're making are coming from a spirit of the heart, Ahimsa, that they're not harming you and they're not harming those around us. And then number 7, take care of your basic needs. It's hard to deal with the physical, mental, emotional implications of MS, and then suddenly, I'm not able to work right now, or will I be able to continue to work? Will I be able to go back to work? How will I deal with my finances? So look into those resources. The MS Society, again, is a great resource for those fact-based basic needs. What is out there to help you in your community? Whether it be somebody to come in and help you with taking a bath, if that's the case, and I'm not saying that's necessarily the case, but simple things like home care in your community. Talk to a financial planner. In Canada, we do have different programs that can help you, and I don't know where you are, but oftentimes countries do have financial aid programs, aids for assistive devices, aids with income supplementation. So again, look at what resources, community resources, are out there to help meet your basic needs. Because if those needs aren't met, then it's way more difficult to deal with the physical aspects, the emotional and mental aspects. So that is a few of the must-dos right now that you have been diagnosed. And I'm going to end with a metta meditation. And as I said, I am going to continue with other videos that we will look at the different aspects that I've talked about. But metta is a Buddhist meditation, and it's sending out love and kindness. And first and foremost, as I said, for ourselves. So sit up nice and tall and close your eyes and take again those nice nasal breaths in. So taking the time to actually breathe in and out through the nostrils. And you want to slow the breath down because we don't want to let go too much of the CO2, which is important in the different systems of the body to get them working efficiently. So we want to come down to the belly with the breath. You want to think about the belly expanding laterally. Now that can be a little difficult. We'll look at one of my videos. But once you've calmed down and calmed that breath, bring your hands to the center of your chest and press the thumbs into your heart center just to activate your connection to your inner self. And then repeat after me. May I be filled with love and kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. May I be filled with love and kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. May I be filled with love and kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. Take a lovely inhale in and slowly exhale. And open your eyes and let your hands down. And I know myself, you might be crying right now. I did. I bawled for I don't know how many months, especially when I said, may I be happy. But I'm here to tell you that there is life after diagnosis and you will be happy again. So namaste. Have a great day. And please look into my other videos on how I live well with MS.